Hi there, and welcome to Gear Talk Part 2. This episode is about being outside for a longer period of time. That's why I have this huge backpack with me. It's also the same equipment that I use and carry when I'm doing Capercaillie or Capercaillie Lek. So I will strip down the backpack, show you what I got, how I set up my tent for the black grouse, and what's in here that makes it possible for me to be outside for multiple days. I will start with the first thing first, which is the camera and the strap. I don't know if you can see it, but I have the strap not around my neck, but I have it around and above the backpack, so I don't carry the load directly on my shoulders. The backpack has it, and I can of course easily clip it off or take it off if I want to. So this is just something that makes it more comfortable to carry when you're carrying the backpack with a heavy camera for a long period of time. If I do have the space, if I pack it a little bit different, and if I don't have this tent with me, then I just have a tarp. Then I can take the camera, put it just like the tent, and keep it that way. But right now, with the big camouflage tent, I have it above here to rest my shoulders. The Eberstock Recon I talk more about in a different video. That's episode 1, so if you want to see more about that, go there. The backpack I've chosen, that I've used for many years now, is the Norrøna Recon Pack 125 liters. It will stand here, the correct name. It's a very sturdy backpack. It has a hard frame and a good carrying system. On the top, I do now carry the Tragopan Camouflage Monal version 2. Yeah, I think that's the right one. It's very big, but it has the advantage that it's not that heavy. It's still a heavy tent because you can see all the statistics online. So this is only something I carry if I'm going to the Capercaillie or the black grouse, or if I found something that I need to sit and hide to camouflage. More about this later. I have the tripod on the side, taken between the called. I have that here, so it's easy to take on and off. It's quick and it stays in place all the time. When I'm out for a longer period of time, there's a couple of items that I need to have with me. That is the sleeping system, and for me the sleeping system is lightweight, it's comfortable, and it can withstand different temperatures. So I use a rolling foam mat from, it's a Finnish brand, I think it's E02, something like that. Maybe it stands here. Savotta FDF sleeping pad. And it's very nice because the backside towards the ground has plastic on it, and it has these things on the side which makes the whole sleeping system very wide, and you don't get so much dirt on your sleeping, what's it called? Sleeping bag. In here I have my spare camera or extra camera and the 70-200. I have another sleeping pad which is very lightweight, easy to blow up, and it just gives you more cushioning towards the ground. I don't always use it, it all depends on where I'm laying, but it's very nice to have, and based on the weight it's extremely nice to take with me. I have no idea what brand this is. I bought this cheap somewhere at a trip many years ago, and it has held up for the last 6 or 7 years. It's durable and lightweight. I do have my huge Nalgene bottle, which is 1.5 liter. When I'm staying inside of a hide, it's very nice to have enough water for 24 hours. This is not enough for 24 hours, but it is the least amount that I need to have, because I always do, I'll also make breakfast and food inside of the hide, which requires, or often requires, water. I do bring my huge down puffy jacket, which is oversized, so I can have more clothing beneath and over. It is extremely weatherproof. It is 100% wind resistant and also rain resistant. It can hold up for a good amount of rain. It is down, so you need to treat it like down, but with these small pockets inside where you can dry your equipment or dry your gloves or hats or something, I like this. It's a mountain equipment. Absolutely love that jacket. In the big backpack I also have room for a drone. So this is the DJI Mini 4 Pro in the case. In my smaller backpack, my other camera bag, I have no chance that this fits in there. Then I need to take every part out and lay it separately without any cushioning or boxes, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So if I have the other backpack, my smaller camera bag, I usually have this one in the car and then use it from the car, and then I go out. Sleeping system is a 2-part system, actually a 3-part system if you really want to. I have 2 sleeping bags in here with a Sea to Summit, what's it called? E-vent waterproof cover. This one is really nice because it's adjustable. You can have huge sleeping bags in here. It is waterproof, and when you tighten the straps, the excess air comes out here, and there's a small carrying handle. The sleeping system I use now for spring and summer and this time of year, it's a 2-part system. So the one on the inside is a down sleeping bag from Rub. It's a Ascent Pro 600 XL. It goes down to -7 Celsius. I sleep cold. When I sleep outside, I'm often cold, so I need warmer sleeping bags than usual. And I have an outer bag which has 2 openings, which for me is very nice because you can open one, ventilate on one side, or close 2. So it's, with these 2 bags, it's easier to have the right temperature during the night. And also, if I want to, if it's really warm outside, I can just take the down out, and I only sleep in this with some of my clothing. This one is a Halite Overbag Pro, and has a comfort rating at 7 degrees Celsius. So -7 and 7, these 2 thin, small, light bags can easily go down to -10, maybe -15, if you have the right sleeping pad with you. That's all for the main compartment. On the other side, I always carry a knife. I also do have a footprint, which I do use if I only have a tarp up. I can take the footprint, lay it down. It's a footprint it's a footprint for a 1-person tent. So it's 240 centimeters long and 160 centimeters wide. It just gives me a space that I know is dry, and based on the weight, it's really nice to have with me. After I bought that sleeping pad, I haven't used it that much because here there is already a plastic edge and cover. But with my last sleeping pad, I utilized this a lot. During the winter, this one is very nice because that's the first layer that takes the ice and the frost. So this is the one that freezes from the condensation between you and the ice, and not the sleeping pad. So it can help keep more of your stuff dry for a longer period of time. Don't need to say too much about this, but hide your tracks, burn the paper when you're done. It's starting to rain. We'll see for how long. When you're in a hide and you cannot go out, the toilet is inside of your hide. And no, I don't dig inside of my camouflage tent, but I do have to pee. So there's 2 ways of doing this. One is a peeing bottle, which is easy to pee in. The other one that I have tested, but I forgot it, it's a tube. So you just have a cylindrical tube that's long that you can put on the side of your backpack in here. And you point this out of the tent and you pee into the tube, and just a small amount of water in, it's clean enough. Because then you don't have to fill this pee bottle up, and if it's full you need to take your hand out. So a small tube, hard plastic PVC tube is very functional. On the other side I have my food and my kitchen. I do carry for today not that much. But I have 2 breakfasts and a dinner. I mostly eat food from Drytech because that's the only thing that can last for a long period of time in different temperatures. If I'm with the car, I have a refrigerator and freezer inside of the car, so I'm able to stack meat and grill and do things from the car. But if I'm only relied on the backpack, I need something I can trust for minus many degrees and plus. So for me, this is the one that works. My stove is an MSR. I think it's wind burner. And I have the big version, the 1.7 liters, because I can stack the gas and the burner itself inside and make it one. I also do have the smaller version, the 1 liter, but then you need to have the 1 liter, then the gas, and then this one is just compact and it's one, and I really like that. I have tested it on the fire, it works very nice, but then do take the plastic lid off because it can melt. This one again, my beanbag, I always carry this one. I use this extremely much. I use this from the car. I use it on rocks. I use it behind the hill. This one it's so nice to use. And during the night, this is actually a pretty nice pillow. In the bottom, this is why I said that it can be a 3-part system. I do always carry a jervenduk, which is nice now when it's going to rain. But if it's really moist outside, I do this often during the winter. I make myself a kind of a sandwich. So I close the bottom. And I have my sleeping pad on the inside. Like this. And then this one is usually open on the side just to ventilate a little bit. So this one becomes, it protects the bottom, or it doesn't protect, well, it does protect, but that's not the point. The point is to isolate more and just take care of your sleeping pad and bag. That's the reason I use it. This also, as a 3-part system, makes my thin down bag with my outer bag and this jervenduk, makes me able to sleep down to very cold temperatures without having a huge down bag or sleeping bag. And it's easy to adjust the temperature based on the weather and what type or what month of the year it is. Yep. Then on the top I have a extra, not really a very good one, but it's a compass with a thermometer. No, you can see how many degrees it is. I do have my mic, I have my bag full of stuff, I have a small down pouch for my cell phone, it keeps it warm during the night. I have my camouflage mesh 3D for the camera, and I have a mosquito net to have over my face. Also, when I'm out staying in hides, I don't have too much to do, so I always bring my Sudoku and a pencil. The only thing I haven't talked about now is extra clothing. And that is difficult to talk about because it's difficult, or it's different what you need. Usually for me, a couple of days, I only have an extra pair of socks and a dry t-shirt. That's usually it. Big jacket, maybe a warm wool jacket, a beanie, and that's it. The least amount of clothing and weight. Okay, so that's all the gear. I will now set up the Tragopan camouflage tent, and I will show you how I organize everything inside of the tent. So setting up the Tragopan V2 is very easy when you've done it just a couple of times. But I do encourage you to do it at home before you are going to do it out in the field or in the dark first time. I have put an extra strap around here, so it will compress a little bit more. I keep all the things inside of the bag so I don't lose anything. Would be a shame. So to open this up, pull out the arms or legs or whatever, snap those into place, and then slowly pull, and there you are. The Tragopan already comes with a bottom, but you can take it off if the ground is too uneven and it will stretch and maybe break the bottom. So this keeps much of the moist out. For the purpose of this video, I will not take the cover on, because this is just to show you how I take everything inside and how I organize during the Capercaillie games or the black grouse. What I usually start with is the Jervenduk. I take that towards the whole bottom, because this one makes less sound than the one that's already inside. And again, it helps isolate towards the ground. Then I take the bag that I'm not going to use, put it on the side. Still raining a little bit, so everything is going to be a little bit wet now. It's too bad. Sleeping bag on one side with the system. Just like to keep my things dry. So yeah, it looks different when you have all the things set up, but right now I'm just getting things inside so it won't get too wet if the weather is coming down a little bit more. On the side that I'm not laying, I have my backpack open like a table, and I keep all my gear on top of this. That's just because I don't want to be looking around in the pockets during the night when it's dark or something, so I have everything laid on top of here so it's easy to find. The drone goes down in the bottom compartment. The peeing bottle goes down in the corner here, so that's away. This one goes up to the head space as a pillow. Extra camera gear goes on top. The bag for the sleeping system goes under my feet, so I know where it is. If I'm going to use this, it's of course out now beneath the sleeping bag, but if I'm not using it, I will have it down here. The big jacket I also put all the way in, so it's easy to take on in the morning when it's cold. Can also be used as a pillow in there. Then I have the Nikon with my mic and the DJI in the pocket that also goes all the way up, so it's easy to reach. And then the interesting thing comes, because now I have organized my stuff a way that I'm photographing that direction, which means that I have my sleeping bag on my left side. I, with my length, take up the whole full length of the tent, and I have tried, of course, just to use the big backpack and the bean bag and then film and do something from there. But this tent is made so it's possible to take the tripod, have it inside and still film. I'm not going to take it on, but I would take on the camouflage. But I will now take the camera off and then position the tripod where I want it, and then take the camera on. When I'm in a height, I like to be as low as possible. So that is, come on, that is there. And then usually I have it like this, and then I can just from the inside adjust the level of it. Shorten the legs all the way in. One leg goes out, and the other legs go towards the side. I take my strap off. Don't need that one in here. And then I mount the camera. From here out, if I'm going to let the camera stay out overnight, like in the Capercaillie games, I point the camera downwards like this and try to close as much as possible. This is what it looks like inside. All the gear on the right, which I have easy access to. I have my warm clothing and things I'm going to use up by my head and around my shoulders. Peeing bottle away from me. Maybe I can have it here. Yeah, new place for a peeing bottle. And I have the camera here. So from the outside you can see the leg goes down there and the camera comes out. I do like this tent, it has a very nice camouflage. And if you want to see something, it's easy to lift up here, or you can just use this area. I would like it to have some more mosquito net in some way, but can't get everything. So that's what I pack for a multiple photo trip, just in the woods, that being said. And the water where I live is easy accessible, and the very most of it can be just, you can just fill up from streams and drink it. If you're uncertain, boil it. I also do have a Grail, I think super press, vacuum press something, where you can fill up with water, press down, and it filters out all the bacteria. Anything more? My shoes, when I go inside, I keep them also down at the bottom. There's usually the shoes are a bit muddy and stuff, so I keep my shoes down here, and I try to keep all this clean. If there's anything more that I have forgotten or something you want to hear about, just leave a comment and I'll see what I can do. If you have any questions at all, just ask. If you found this video helpful at all, if it gave you something new, please do like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next Gear Talk video. Bye.